Hello YouTube, my name is Ep.14 and welcome back to Can They Be DLC episode 14. This episode will be obviously dedicated for, well, costumes, echoes, stages, and basically the things. This is basically, in a way, filler, because I'm pretty sure next week is when we're going to be getting the DLC. So first things first, obviously, before we get to the actual real meat of the episode, we have to talk about, well, the leak that happened during this week, which it is a leak, and it's 100% confirmed as a leak, and it's 100% true because it came directly from Nintendo. If you didn't know, or if you didn't see, Nintendo posted a trailer or a commercial for the Nintendo Switch called My Way. It's the My Way of commercials that they've been doing of people playing Switch their own way. And during that trailer, during that commercial, for a very brief second, right at the beginning, you can see that in the Games and More section of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, you can see Stage Builder. So Stage Builder is a confirmation that's coming. So that kind of can mean that a home run contest is also a confirmation that we'll be seeing coming during the 3.0 update. I'm still hoping for more, and I'm gonna get to my wishes for 3.0 in a little bit. After I do the episode, at the end of the episode, right after the comment section. Another thing is that we didn't get it into the Direct, like some people were expecting, even rumored was it that was going to happen, and a lot of people finally started waking up to the problem of leaks, and I hope YouTubers come home with that too, of like maybe we shouldn't be doing as much, because people were pissed and annoyed and like Nintendo owed them something for a Direct they never promised and they never talked about. So yeah, and I hope that from this point forward people can expect Directs. I was expecting a Direct, but they don't get aggressive or make it seem like Nintendo owes them something for something that Nintendo themselves never said, Nintendo themselves promised, something that was never gonna show up and people got in their heads that it was. On the topic of that, just a quick note, I do think we're gonna be getting a Direct, be it a mini Direct, a major Direct, or a game-specific Direct. Game-specific, I could see two with the Smash Bros. Ultimate one, and the Game Explain discussion about it, I had to leave at the beginning of it because I got annoyed at them because it was so conceited of the we don't need Directs and Mario Maker doesn't have a release date, but they could just give us a trailer or give us a date on Twitter and give influencers the game so they can talk about it, which to me it's the most annoying thing. It's like because it's like, yeah, we have 1 million subscribers, so we would be doing the work and we would be the ones getting the views. It's such a mindset of like we could get views that to me annoyed me. It's like, no, that's not, no, they would, if they're not doing a major Nintendo Direct as a major Direct, a general Direct, they're gonna give Mario Maker its own Direct. They're not going to go to influencers, they're not going to go to YouTubers to do the marketing for them and make a bunch of money on it, which is kind of ridiculous when to say that. Some of the things that sometimes Game Explain does and annoys the hell out of me is that they say shit like this and they go unscathed sometimes. Like saying that annoyed the hell out of me. It's like, they don't need to give us a Direct, they could just mention it on Twitter or give it to influencers and we'll do the job for them. It annoyed the hell out of me. It's up there with the recent Direct one of they won't announce Mario Maker. Mario Maker's too big for a random February Direct. They're gonna do it at E3 and forgetting the fact that Super Smash Bros. Was announced a year earlier in a random March Direct, and that Animal Crossing and Luigi's Mansion 3 were announced not even 3 months after from E3, which, you know. And regarding 3.0 in Smash Bros. Ultimate, the Direct, yeah, either a major Direct like next week, not next week, the week after, on the 24th or the 25th, because that's around the time we're going to be hearing about Persona 5S, so that time period would fit well. It's the end of the month, you could give us a release date for something. That was the other thing that kind of annoyed me in the Game Explain discussion, was them saying they're not going to reveal and reveal, showcase and release a game within the next 60 days, or major ones at the very least, and like they could still do a Direct at the end of the month reveal Detective Pikachu for May and make it a digital only release. And even if they didn't make a digital only release, it would be like an HD port of the 3DS one, which they could just, I don't know, I was annoyed and I don't want to, I'm gonna step aside from that. And yeah, if the directs, like not a major one that in that week, a Smash one maybe next week. And that was the other thing that said that we don't need a Smash Direct for Joker, which I agree we don't, but we do need one for Joker plus whatever comes in the DLC next, plus the possibility of Joker having an Echo, plus the possibility of Echoes being more of a thing, plus whatever they're going to showcase in the game mode section, because we already know Stage Builder, and it's pretty likely that Home Run Contest is also coming. So those things, all of them, especially if more of it is on the way, and like them announcing a direct for this and then announcing things that are coming in a future update, seem likely that they would be doing it all at the same time. That's all worthy of the direct. And then obviously Mario Maker, if we do get a direct for Mario Maker, will be in May. Give us a release date, new features, new things coming to the game. Seems very likely to me. I'm looking at the calendar for May. It would be like maybe the 8th, like, yeah, the 8th, it's the week, in that week, it's a week and a month, in that week, Jesus, during that week, you add a month and you are at E3, a month later is E3, so it would be the perfect time period for Mario Maker Direct, because I'm not they're not, and I've seen even some people in the comment section of that video saying, yeah, we don't need the Direct for Mario Maker, they just could give us the release date of Mario Maker at E3, because, you know, you announced Mario Maker 3 months in advance to give us a release date 2 weeks before it comes out, or a week it comes out, or shadow dropping it, because a title like Mario Maker, they're definitely doing that, which is the weirdest thing people do when they talk about this type of stuff. But moving on, going into the topic of this video, which is again stages, character variations, and echoes. So first things first, let's start with the echoes. The echoes are, well, easy, not the echoes, the stages. I would say outside of like the stages that are coming in with every single DLC fighter, we could see DLC stages for like the missing stages, Pac Maze, Poke Floats come to mind. What was it? There was another Mario Kart 1 from Mario Kart, not Mario Kart 7, from Smash 3DS that was cut. We could also see the return of Yoshi's Woolly World, which was a weird omission to me in Ultimate. Could see a lot of it come in. Also new ones from franchises that are not going to be represented, like through DLC, maybe like ARMS probably won't be getting a DLC character, but we could see an ARMS stage. Same thing for games coming out in the near future or during this year. It could all be done relatively easily, I would say. Not easily, but like I'm trying to think of the games that are coming out this year. Like we just mentioned, 3-stage could be cool in the hotel instead of just a mansion. What else do we have for this year? Animal Crossing, but we already have 2 Animal Crossing stages, and then unless the Animal Crossing is really different from the other ones, I don't see the need for a third version. Maybe a Link's Awakening stage that'll be cool to see. Pokemon Sword and Shield one if we don't get a Pokemon from Generation 8 or Generation 7 as DLC. We could also see like maybe a Candace of Hyrule stage or a Necrodancer stage, Crypto Necrodancer stage, because like to talk and to promote Candace of Hyrule. We could see maybe, I don't know, I was gonna say a Bayo stage, but like there's no way in hell Bayonetta 3 comes out this year. Maybe Astral Chain could be getting a stage. I doubt that DLC would be a thing for, or DLC character from that game would be it. If 101 doesn't get a DLC character, it could get a stage, could do a grey one. Most of the assets for stages from 101 already are in, like they could do from the city, what was Blossom City, could be a stage, and they can easily, not easily, but like they already have the assets for it because of New Donk City. And you could say, oh, but that wouldn't be that similar to New Donk. In a way, because of the buildings, but I'm talking more about the background, because like they could just easily have like the stage be like Prism Tower and they're going up like the Blossom City statue, or like the towers in the middle at the end of the first mission where you fight, I forget the name of the dude that was from the Guy Jerk or the Girth Jerk I think Gertrude was their name, so it would be a good stage there. Maybe like a stage from like the what's it called, the end, not the end of the game, like from space they had there. Like Tokyo Mirage Sessions could get a stage 2 if it is ported. Trying to think of more. Yokai Watch, if it doesn't get a character, or Professor Layton, if they don't get characters or DLC, could get stages, it would be cool. Monster Hunter still was weird that they didn't get a stage. Maybe even adapt the stages, that would be more like a free update. But stages from the bosses to be playable, stages for regular, for us, which would be really cool, because like that Ganondorf boss battle, where it is, in its Hyrule Castle in Flames, is awesome. It'll be interesting, to very least, to say the least, to see those and make those a thing. And with Stage Builder we could get a lot. Next, what's next? Oh, character variations. So character variations is something that Smash already has, in the form of, for example, Mario. Mario and Link have character variations. There are other characters that have... The other characters have a different version of character variation, and I'll get to it. So character variations would be Mario with Dr. Mario, Link with Young and Toon Link. Who else could be considered having a character variation? Not that many people, actually. Trying to think of the entire roster, I don't think there's anyone else. They have a character variation of them, which is basically themselves, but another version of themselves. But the Links, for example, don't vary much from each other. Same thing with the Marios. It'll be cool if we have like Champion Link actually had gone in full-blown as Champion Link, with like the Rivali's Gale being his up B, using different weapons as smash attacks. I even predicted that. They could even use the durability thing from Awake, from like Robin has, but to a different extent. Like Rob, obviously, like you would have like a good lance and a good what would be it? A good a hammer. Yeah, hammer. I was trying to think of all the moves from not moves, but things from weapons from Jesus, Breath of the Wild, and changing them up. Like you could have Mithra's lance as the 11th sword of it, and then you can have like a simple lance, like a wooden lance or something. Even the sword, like you could even have the little thing of like the Master Sword breaks. It takes the longest to break, and it takes the longest to recover, but like once it breaks, it could be like a fun joke of like, instead of the Traveler's one, you could have the branch out, but I don't think people would be too happy about it. But then again, like the Master Sword shouldn't break, and Master Sword, but then again, like how could you do all of them? Like maybe tilts could also be in that for the different weapons, which would be, I think, at the very least interesting had they gone that route of full-blown character optimization for that. Same thing with Mario from Odyssey. I don't understand why we still have floods. It's just there, and I know people say like Mario is the all-arounder, but like he could be the all-arounder and have Cappy be a command grab, you know, that didn't take too long and would do something like other command grabs are. I don't get it, the idea that Mario needs the flood. I would prefer Cappy, and even so, Cappy could even be another version of like, he could still, like Odyssey Mario could be a different version of Mario. Would have Cappy as the command grab. He could have the roll, the dive, you know, a lot of things that could be different from it. Breath of the Wild Link, obviously I already said, like Champion Link would be it. But for character variations for DLC, I'm not expecting any, if they're not going to be echoes. But like Luigi's Mansion Luigi would be great. A Paper Mario would be great. A Wedding Bowser could be great too, where he has the hat and uses more moves from the Mario games. I already said Odyssey Mario. There's not really many others that have different variations outside of Mario and Link. Most of the cast, like some characters appear once and then disappear forever in their own franchises, you know, like Xenoblade Chronicles has had 3 games. Shulk doesn't appear outside of the first one, and yes, he does appear in the second one, but it's as a cameo, not as an actual character that is important to the story. Marth, for example, in Fire Emblem, he has been in multiple Fire Emblem games, but like if you look at Ike's games, the Path of Radiance games. He's not it. He's not in. The same thing for the Fates games. Same thing with Awakening. Marth appears but only when referenced to. Lucina disguises herself as Marth to keep her identity a secret from Chrom, Robin and the others, and Tiki when she talks about the past. So, you know, and like in Fates, the same thing for Robin and Lucina and Chrom. They don't appear in those games. Obviously, you also have the Pokemon, which appear a bunch of the times. And I don't see any Pokemon getting a character variation. The only one that could get would be Pikachu with Detective Pikachu or Pikachu Libre. But because we already have Detective Pikachu Libre as a costume, I don't see it happening. But then we also have character archetypes. And I don't think archetypes will be making any character DLC. Archetypes is basically a character that has a moveset. They all have the same, a bunch of characters, a group of characters have the same blueprint and then have variations on it. Like the Star Fox cast feels perfect into this. The Marths in Marth, Lucina, Chrom and Ike, all of them fill into the same role. Mario, Luigi and Dr. Mario also fill into this role. Ganon and Captain Falcon, the same thing. Ness and Lucas. Do I see any of these happening as a character archetype of something? A character coming in with a moveset similar, like following already the moveset for somebody else? I don't see it happening, honestly. It's very unlikely. It would be weird too. And then we have costumes and echoes. So first things first, let's talk about costumes. Costumes we can have a whole lot. Mario and Link had a huge possibility of costumes from Breath of the Wild and Odyssey. Toon Link would be interesting to see him with that with the blue shirt that has it in the beginning. Would be cool to see. Even if it's paid DLC, I think a lot of people would enjoy it. I know I would. Maybe like the Fire Emblem characters like Robin and Lucina and Chrom could have different costumes from the different for the armors from the different Fire Emblem classes. I'm surprised that Robin kept his tactician costume as, or the tactician version of himself as the base Robin, because they could have easily done like a Grandmaster armor. Same thing could be said for Corrin. Ike already has two variants of his classes in the hero and the mercenary one. It'll be interesting to see more Fire Emblem characters take that role. I don't know how much you can do with the Fox unit, the Star Fox characters, the Pokemon. Pikachu is the only one that really comes to mind with Detective Pikachu. Maybe even like having some new costumes created specifically for Smash Bros. I don't think anybody would genuinely mind. At one point, costumes are like Mario Maker. Most of the Mario Odyssey. A lot of the costumes were original things for that, and costumes have to come from somewhere, and it would be cool like characters just getting costumes for the sake of it. I know people don't particularly sometimes enjoy that, but like we already have Smash exclusive colors or colors that come from Smash. Dark Pit, for example, was a character in Kid Icarus Uprising because of the dark color palette for Pit in Brawl, so it could happen. As for Echoes is the thing that I think is definitely going to happen, be it with the DLC characters bringing an echo with them, or the DLC characters having an echo of themselves, or as a big update coming in, echoes being added, be it paid or be it free. I think it should be like a 50-50 in a way. Like if you own the DLC, if you bought the DLC, the season pass, plus you have online, it should be like either a heavy discount or free for the people that have both of those things. If you have one or the other, another discount. Or if you don't, you just have to pay regular price. So even a bundle, big bundle with all of them. Characters that I could see getting echoes would be, or characters I could see being the echoes that could show up. Dr. Luigi for either Dr. Mario or Luigi, because, you know, that makes actually a lot of sense. Black Shadow, but that one is always one that people bring up, and it has yet to happen. Especially now that Ganondorf has changed enough where they could do it. Celica for Robin, I know it's another Fire Emblem character, but as an echo I don't think people would mind. The difference maybe for her could be that she's faster than Robin, but weaker than Robin. Dr. Luigi, if he was a clone, if it was an echo for Dr. Mario, maybe the difference would be that his pills would work like Luigi's fireballs instead of like Dr. Mario's pills. For what was the other one that I said? Black Shadow would be the same, but it would be the Ganon from before, from melee to 4, where he's slower but he's stronger Falcon. Then having different animations. Who else could we see as Echoes? I'm not gonna be like trying to look for third parties, because that's always inconsistent, and we don't even know what the companies want. It's weird. I mean, maybe we could add like Sleepy and Peppy as Echoes for Falco and Fox. I don't really know how that would work, either or, but it could happen. Or one of the Star Wolf crew could also be a part of it as an Echo for Wolf. Who else? Miss Pac-Man is the only one that really for third parties I'm gonna guess, because it's the one that always made sense. It's weird that we still didn't get in this one, and still weird that we didn't have it. And yes, I should have mentioned this in the beginning. I know that Sakurai said no Echoes, but again, he said no Echoes when talking about the Fighter's Pass. That will be for the Fighter's Pass that we're beginning from scratch in creating new fighters. And that he said not counting Echoes. If we go by Sakurai said no Echoes, then Piranha Plant shouldn't exist, because he said we're creating 5 DLC characters from scratch. And here's the bundle. Oh, by the way, we're also offering this one character. I think it would be a separate thing from what he was talking about it then. And even if he wasn't, it's gonna make them money. So Nintendo most likely said, dude, come on, just do it. Just it'd be nice of you if you did it, and I think that would do it. Other characters could get one Echo. I would say Pikachu with Raichu. I've said this before. Actually, a lot of the characters I said in my DLC video or Echoes video way before the game came out could be it. But I'm trying to think of more. But Funky Kong could be another one. Dixie Kong would be another one. I think that'll be it for this video. So first, let's go into the comment section before I give my final predictions for 3.0, if 3.0 is in fact coming next week. Even if it doesn't come next week, my predictions for 3.0 will be set at the end. So first will be the comments. So Terry Servenson said, Shantae 5 was announced for Apple Arcade. So see, I thought it was the phone, I thought it was mobile because I heard Apple, but apparently Apple did announce a system or whatever. It's weird. Everybody now wants to be in the video game business. That was recently announced. I think Shantae does have a chance to get into Smash Ultimate through DLC. She could use a mix of magic, physical attacks, and hair whips and transformations. And she also has a new game coming out sometime this year. As for possible DLC stages, I could see Pac-Maze, Rainbow Road. Rainbow Road, that was the stage from the 3DS that I was thinking and I couldn't remember. Poke Floats, maybe an updated version of Poke Floats, that would be interesting, yeah. And maybe the Metal Mario stage from 64. That would be an interesting stage. I don't think we've ever seen it outside of that of 64 when it was the boss battle, I think. It'll be interesting to see if they return it. I actually want that type of stuff to be more common in Smash, and even Smash original stages. I think people really like that it's a crossover, sure, but like sometimes we need more consistent, more new things or original things for the games, so that Smash also has its own identity outside of just being the massive crossover. Shantae, yeah, obviously she has a lot of potential as a character for moveset. Her moveset potential is tremendously high. And yeah, Shantae 5 is coming out this year. I just feel like both her and Shovel Knight have kind of lost ground in the terms of how big they are. Because for a while they were the only 2 big indie characters that were with Nintendo, and now we are seeing that grow, especially with Nintendo now teaming up with indies to make games. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get more announcements for indies working, or for indies to work on Nintendo games, becoming truly indies. We have Candace of Hyrule. I wouldn't be shocked if F-Zero didn't return, or I wouldn't be shocked if F-Zero returned with the team from Fast RMX, or yeah, Fast RMX. I think it's a Fast. Forget the name of the game. God damn it. It's Fast R. Is it for Fast Neo Racing? I think that's it. I don't remember. But the people for Shinem Multimedia. I know that's their name. Maybe we could see the people that made Wargroove, I think it's the name of the game, work on Advanced Wars. Maybe we can see some indie take the role of making a Golden Sun game. A lot of potential is out there. That's the only reason I think Shantae has lost kind of its spot. But Shantae 5, if Nintendo takes the reins and start talking about it, would be cool to see. Even if they get like some type of deal with the WayForward, so WayForward does like a Nintendo, Nintendo game. I was trying to feel like maybe a Star Tropics return or a remake, maybe like some other game. It would be cool to see. Shantae, I have always wanted Shantae. Even back when I did the ballot results, or when I was doing videos predicting the ballot results, Shantae was one of the individual videos that I made. Funny enough, one of the highest viewed ones from that series. And at the time, I was sure that she would make it in. And even Smash 4 or Ultimate, I was like, she has one of the highest possibilities. Now it seems unlikely to me. Maybe, hey, I'll gladly be wrong. Gladly be wrong. Then Genin Taisk with 2 comments. Dr. Luigi would make for a great Echo fighter of Dr. Mario. As I said, with the Luigi, with it would be, I think, changing the properties of the pills. Yeah, would be great. Maybe even change the side B. Maybe keep the pills the same, but change the side B to be Luigi's side B. And the Star Fox stage from 64 was called Sector Z. Okay, so that was the name of the stage. I was really confused. I thought it was Venom for whatever reason. Like, no, Venom is the one from Melee, and not even the same type of stage. But anyway, that'll be it for the video. But before we end off the video, actually, I almost forgot, and there I go, messing up my hair again, is my predictions for 3.0. So obviously we're going to be getting, we're going to be getting Stage Builder and most likely Home Run Contest with Joker. So the first thing is, I hope that Home Run Contest is online, or that it comes with more stadium events. I'm hoping that Squad Strike and Smashdown become available for online, even if it's just with friends. Even if I don't have any to play with, it would be great for it to happen. Dedicated servers, that's one thing that I really want for Ultimate, but that's unfortunately not likely to happen. And echoes to appear, costumes would be cool too for characters and enemies. Let's see with more bosses, maybe like Persona, like Joker coming in, bringing in a Persona boss for his classic mode. Maybe a little bit of an expansion to World of Light map with the Persona, where you can get Persona Spirits. I'm expecting Persona Spirits anyway. Hopefully we'll get like a Persona Assist trophy. I know they didn't do it for Smash 4, but it would be cool for them to do it here in Ultimate, since this is the Ultimate Smash Brothers. And what was the other thing? Oh yeah, Boss Rush. Absolutely, we need Boss Rush. And a Boss Rush that keeps getting updated with bosses. I think it would be a good idea for Smash. We have some bosses, not too many, and maybe even like with bosses being added, maybe we could see a refresh of some classic modes, because like there's a lot of classic modes. They're just fighting they're just Master Hand or Crazy Hand at the end, and at the end of the day, those kind of get a little bit boring at times. But anyway, I guess that'll be it for this video. And regarding next week's episode, is gonna be a little bit of a weird one. It's only gonna be one of 2 things. The first one is kind of depends if we get a Smash Direct or a Smash announcement of a new DLC character, and if Joker comes alone or not. And I'll wait to see if that happens. And now, until like for the entirety of the month, so today, next week, the week after, so like yeah, the next 3 weeks or the next 2 weeks, the 2 weeks after this one, are weird because I cannot for sure say which is going to be the episode. And if I'm going to say what the episode is, should the announcements come around that I think are going to come around, all I'm going to say is that there's a possibility that I'll be making a video just revisiting every character on how possible they are after the next announcements come in, accounting for the characters coming alone, or if they come alone. I'm just going to say that, if they come alone or not. And If we don't get Joker and if we don't get the character announcement, then next week's episode, if we don't have to do the refresher, will be Rayman from Ubisoft, or from, well, Rayman from the Rayman series that belongs to Ubisoft. But anyway, I've been Watch of DS. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.